Hey everybody, Tom Bullington here again with Coldwell Banker Realty. Hope you're doing great today. Whenever you're watching this, I appreciate it very much. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And our goal is to hopefully reach as many people as possible with some common sense real estate advice and some tips and tricks for buying and selling homes. So that's kind of the purpose of this channel. Um, and that leads me to think about something that has always kind of bugged me in my 8 years in the business is um, realtors who are out there, and it seems like they are all about promoting themselves and seeing their giant picture on a billboard, and it's all about them, right? And it's all about their glorification. It's all about their ego, what kind of car they drive, what kind of clothes they wear, things like this. And you see them on uh, television, or you see them on YouTube, and they're just all about it, right? And it's all about them, me, and I did this and I did that. And it's not really anything about the clients. So, and it's a delicate thing because obviously to be a successful realtor, to be a successful business person, you need to put yourself out there a little bit, especially if you're an independent contractor. I am. I'm licensed through the state of Minnesota and Wisconsin, but my brokerage is Coldwell Banker Realty. Now, every agent is a 1099. We're an independent contractor. So I am not an employee of Coldwell Banker, but that is how um, my license works. I have to have a license. I have to have a um, name, a brokerage that I can hang my license with. And some are, you've heard all of them. It's Coldwell Banker, it's EXP, there's Compass, there's Century 21, there's Weichert, there is Remax, Edina Realty here in the upper Midwest. There's a ton of them, right? And some of them are better than others, just for different ways. Now, some agents think that they should have um, more service, like an office, a bricks and mortar office. I like Coldwell Banker because it has an office, it has a broker that's a full-time person that I can call. It's an actual person that I've met. Some others are um, working virtually. So they've never met their broker. They've never met the person who is doing some of their paperwork for them. That's not how I work. I like to have the personal touch, the face-to-face interactions. If nothing else, a phone call with a person that I know is going to be on the other end of the phone, or at worst, they're going to text me back and we're going to set up a time to talk. So that's kind of why I'm with a larger company, Coldwell Banker. I've worked for Keller Williams. I've also worked for a smaller company here in Hastings as well. So I do prefer the larger company, just more resources, more training. Um, in real estate, you have to maintain your license, you have to go through annual continuing education. So every year we have to get a certain number of credits that we learn more about different things that are happening, evolving in the industry or technology. If there's new rules, we've had some new rules here in the last year. Those are really good to have a brokerage that is able to back you up in the case of a question or something like that. Also, if you have a dispute with a client, which happens, rarely, but it does happen where a client has a dispute with how you've done something or has a question or whatever, and they go to your broker. Your broker is going to have your back and back you up to even to the point of getting you legal representation if you need that. And some smaller brokerages, as well as um, some of these virtual brokerages that are out there, not so much. There, it's few and far between some of the help that you're going to get from brokerages like that. You're probably going to pay in less. We have fees, we have monthly fees, we have quarterly fees through the Realtor Association here in St. Paul area, the National Association of Realtors. I have to pay annual dues to them. I have to pay dues so I can get on the MLS, all sorts of things like that. But you get what you pay for. So it's been a good experience being with a larger brokerage, a larger bricks and mortar type company. So that's my feedback on that one, if you're wondering. The other thing that we were starting to talk about is how agents will really like to be the center of attention. And that's not me. Of course, here I am. I have a YouTube channel and I'm front front and center live with a large image of myself in front of a home I just sold. But for the most part, my clients are my focus. Obviously, I have to run my business. I have to promote myself. I have to be out there. I have to have a business card that has my, whoop, there we go, has my name and phone number and stuff like that on it. I've always kind of been of the school of thought to have your picture on it. I don't have pictures on my signs, as you can see, but I do have a picture on my business card so people can see um, my handsome face when they um, are wondering, oh, okay, should I get should I get a realtor or not, or who should I pick? Um, I have a website that I think is a good website that I've used for a number of years with a company called Market Leader. And Market Leader gives me the ability to collect names and information from people who come to my website and are looking for homes. They put in their phone number, they put in their address, things like that, kind of what they're looking for, buying or selling, or if they're just kicking the tires out there, if they're interested in various homes, maybe down the road. So I try to be as much as I can a resource. And even if someone doesn't ultimately use me, that's okay, like we were talking about. My main goal is to help people buy and sell real estate, residential real estate. And I've sold some land as well. I have not done a commercial transaction. My main focus is selling homes, selling and buying homes for people and helping them. Uh, that's my passion. So it's a lot of fun, but it's not all about me. And I think some agents are very much lured in by that. They like to have the trappings of kind of being semi-famous a little bit or being well known. Again, you have to be well known, you have to be out there, you have to make sure everyone you know knows that you're a realtor. Because if they are not interested in buying or selling, they might know someone who is. Recently, I have a great couple that lives here in town. They have another couple that lives up in Minneapolis. They would like to move to our city. So they referred me to them, and I've met with them a number of times, and we're going to be listing their home here in Minneapolis. And then we're looking for a home for them to purchase here in Hastings. Okay, for an example. There was a few times where I've had a former client who has a daughter or a son or a nephew or whatever it might be, a friend from work, um, just to let those people know, the people in your sphere of influence, the people you've already done business with, or that you're friends with, or that you maybe have a personal relationship with, whether it's from a past job that you've had, or church, or a club that you belong to, or whatever it might be. You play pickleball with them or whatever. It's always good to be involved in the community, to be involved in various things that you're passionate about, and then you hang out with people who are also passionate about those things and make sure they know that you're a realtor. You don't have to be obnoxious about it. I have a very good friend who sells insurance, And she is out there every time I see her. She has a insurance, her company name on her pocket or on her jacket. Um, People know that she sells insurance, and she's an avid volunteer in the community, does a lot of great work, just crazy nice person, goes to our church, just she'd do anything for you. Um, and we use her for insurance, and she used me for real estate. I bought and uh, helped her buy and sell her house. So those types of relationships are great. So the better relationship you have with a friend or with a neighbor or with a relative, um, it all helps. So I don't necessarily need to just hit people over the head with um, giant billboards and obnoxious uh, taglines and things like that. I try to be um, as much as possible all about the client, about communication, about um, making sure that the client is paramount in my work. So that's kind of my perspective on that. Um, if you have questions about maybe getting into the business, maybe you've thought about, maybe you're just watching this and you're thinking, hey, I could do that. Tom's a knucklehead. I could do that. I could be better than Tom. Then I would love to talk to you about it. And if you are thinking about getting in the business, outstanding. Let's do it. We need more um, great agents in the industry. I think some agents get into it for the wrong reasons. They get into it for, like I said, the ego part of it, or thinking they're going to make a fast buck. It just doesn't work that way. It takes time. I've been at it for 8 years. I've been blessed. I've had some very good years. I've had some years I didn't think were that great, and I would like to have a better year. Um, Last year was a down year for the industry, just in general, because of the uncertainty in the country. Um, Interest rates are still high, things like that. There's a lack of homes out there. So I think it's coming back in 2025, but we still don't know exactly what's going to happen. And no one does. No one does. Um, so I'm optimistic about this year. I think I'm going to hit about 20 or 25 transactions, which is great. Um, I average about 15, and it depends on your paycheck, depends on how expensive the home is that you're either helping someone buy or sell. You generally make more money if you are selling a home, if you're the listing agent rather than the buyer's agent. But it all depends. So anyway, if you're interested in learning more about the business, if you thought about getting into the business, if your career, or maybe you just want a second career, which is what this is for me, um, great, great. I've always had an interest in it, and I decided when I was um, at a point in one of my careers where I was like in my job where I was just like, I really don't want to do this anymore. I went to a informational meeting at Keller Williams and signed up, got my license, and we were off to the races. So um, give me a call, 651-402-6356. If you're thinking about buying or selling, I can make a case that this is one of the better times of year to do that because of the lack of inventory, the lack of competition, if you're a seller. And then buyers get in and you can maybe get a home for a little bit less now if you act now versus in even April or May when things literally start to warm up a little bit and there's more people out there buying, more competition among buyers, and you may have to pay a little bit more for the home that you like. May have to up your offer a little bit. Right now, not as many homes on the market and not as many people looking. It's kind of a win-win situation for both sides of the coin here. So um, again, 651-402-6356. My website's tombullingtonhomes.com. Please go on there. Feel free to call me, text me, message me on my Facebook page, which is Tom Bullington Coldwell Banker Realty. Um, and refer a friend. if you're personally not in the market right now and you personally are not interested in getting into real estate, if you know someone who is, I would be more than happy to talk with them, even just an introductory discussion. I've done that with a number of people that are thinking about getting in the industry, and a few of them actually have, and they've done quite well. So, um, anyway, let me know 651-402-6356. You can leave a comment below as well, and I'll try to get back to you. And until next time, see you later.